one man, one God, Trinity. How's everyone doing, ladies and gentlemen? So I just wanted to touch up on some things. We are something more special than what people put it out to be. And it's a lot of the time is because we don't ask for any of that. And we don't even know a lot of times. Like, we have to cruise and hear it, and like, if you're really into, like, out of your nature and out of, like, the reality of what's what in the world, and you want to be in an advanced civilization, it's not really on or what you could put on the media, because you living it. You see what I'm saying? Although we have lots of footage, we have all the information. If it wasn't that, the thing is, our presence wasn't something that people wanted to just put on video. Our presence was something that people wanted to experience and be around, like the word, be around the move, be around the movement, be around the situation, be around anything that they could get their hands on. They would want that. We were presence, and specifically us too, from the 309 too, when we got to places, different boroughs. I mean, if I'm not mistaken when I say that the boroughs were handled correctly everywhere, that family members have trophies of the best clubs, worldwide known clubs, like the clubs that would have dancing with the stars and all this salsa thing going, have it put that on limelight because of how the clubs were. So this is on a worldwide, like, and then when you put it out in media, it's a reflection of what these clubs and what everybody in these clubs, because everybody who's everybody or anybody who is anybody, and anybody could tell you that. And these were the times that the 80s and the 90s, like, these were the times that if you were somebody and you knew how to make your moves, you had to be the best of the best. And between my family and our culture, we went all around 360, day in and day out. There was no clubs that was not left. Like, everything turned. The rock turned over, sideways. It went around for years. Title, like, the thing is, it was it wasn't just one title. It was titles after titles. Like, you would know that he's the best at what he does when he puts those feet down. And then who followed through? Daughters, sons. Then we have cousins, we have family. We got a whole family. Like, everywhere we went, we had our own ways, because people already knew that we were already out here everywhere. They knew that we already had the presence. Everywhere we went, we either enhanced the place, made everybody was happy, everybody wanted to come together, everybody wanted to know where was the move. And we had places, peoples and things anywhere we wanted to go. It was that much of an enhancement to the culture, to the people. So when we were going to, by the times, like, when we got those titles, our eras, like, we were more heavy on the streets. We were more heavy on a whole bunch more stuff. So our styles just blend in with whatever was modern, whatever was English, whatever Spanish, whatever was there, we took in. So you imagine if we were sought out, we were nice in all these different places. It ain't matter the music. It's just the touch, because everybody you had legs, you had eyes, but if you had legs, you had eyes, and you had anything, you would move towards where the energy was. And we had that everywhere we went. Uptown, Queens, I'm talking about all the best clubs that you could ever even mention. Trophies, number 1 for dancing. Salsa, he's out like that. That's not a, like, we got OGs that could actually create a salsa, or cultural salsa or dance just for that alone, or could put it down in the museum. That's a tool. The image around that was spread, and that created things in TV and media. You see what I'm saying? Like, we didn't take it there because we were living it. So if that's huge all over the world when they put these things out, so then imagine the people that were coming and attached to what they were seeing live. And when we threw a party wherever, it was always full. Wherever we went that we didn't throw a party, people wanted to be, because they knew that we have a formula, we have tools, we have a culture, that it was all eyes on us. It is all eyes on us. That's what brings the communities and people come together, even when they're not from the same boroughs. That your presence everywhere you go has that much to give and that much to show. So it's like whatever you're getting in, like, yeah, everybody wants to be around good nature, good people, that everywhere you're gonna go, they're gonna know you got a good sense of flow because of the people. And then you just put your swagger into anything, you make everything look better. Same coat, same brand, but damn, the swag. You feel what I'm saying? The people that bring this up makes the big difference. So you can't go all on looks with us. You see what I'm saying? This is not a work that you're gonna put on like that. We actually have all our characters. All our presence is what enlightens everybody to want to follow and bring. And then you have products and media and things like that. Oh, this is from the truest. We ain't taking anything less or anything more. That's what it is. Anybody could tell you that. In the lower, anybody from all the boroughs could tell you that. And when anybody from all the boroughs and from the lower could tell you that, then you know it's true. And therefore, we hold our rights to manifest through ourselves, through our culture, through the lower. Everybody feels that honor to be that. And we hold the frequencies. We are the highest, most sought out, most valuable civilization of peoples. Because we created that. We made that happen. Now, let me continue on. This is so even how we touch the plants and how we manifest through what was modern medicine. And I was still visiting the island when we still had a lot of herbs out there. And all anybody wanted to do was get these herbs and these remedies going when somebody was sick. Because when they go and get the modern, it doesn't touch the way, it was touching our peoples, because our nature is our nature. You cannot deny that. So that being said, when it came to touching the plant, the marijuana, I was looking at how people interact with it. I really loved the way people could come together and the conversations about a plant that actually shows you in different ways of how it works. So you think when you inhaling, you feeling like everything turns around, and what you hear is what you hear. So like close, and you have all these things that you feel like is you have all these media telling you it's hallucination. You have everybody just feeling like you just gonna puff and feel cool, and it's like you have all these years of just superficial images. Like we have people that studied and helped people come up on it, and they were monitoring and around us. People that did experiment and people that didn't, so they could speak on how well they felt around people and how was those conversations. And they saw that they meant well and they felt well and they produced. And this is what they judged the person and how they produce with the natural substance. So we were seeing what was happening in our bodies, and how we interact and how we make of it was incredibly, like, that gave me the adrenaline already. That was like when I'm in DR and I'm poking on everything that, when you're young, you don't know. You want to figure things out. And boy, do you answer to your nature. When you're in touch with your nature, it speaks so much. And you think this, like, the city never sleeps. This is like quantum and beyond. Like, God is good. When you start looking at nature, God will give you a lot of ways, a lot of things. You already see. You see the blessings. You see the light. You see the merge. You see how we come together. If I say I see you doing you, and you have these things in you, that's what it is. God is not going to let us down like that. It's not going to leave us with nothing. The utmost frequencies, that's to work, that's to make us be. This is what exists. It's proof. We have that already marked. The business, the music, and all these industries, we already know how to deal with them. They've been either came in late, and we've been manifest, because you know how we move. At least stay on that 10 times, moving and maneuvering through. So ain't nobody here, on some, like, we don't know how to get off with ours. So whatever, we could turn a camera on and we could make it happen. We just can't fall out to. We gonna fall out, and we can't give it to a superficial. And when the world is calling out for things that we need to move forward with, we need to stand. We need to make stands for that, because we already we already faced the music. We already got our characters. We already talking in third person. Here, we don't go out. We from within, we come out, and everybody coming in, they know where the source coming from. So when you coming in the plant, the plant is also is an end thing. You speaking to it out. It speaks out through photosynthesis. It speaks out through the universe. Whatever energy it brings and showing you was health. Is calling out, and when you inhale, you feel what the plant is and what is doing inside. It's an in. It brings you in. So don't feel like I have experience with other things in myself where I'm have my ears closed and I'm hearing the whole conversations of everybody next to me clearly, and I'm like, this is clearly giving me that sense of energy and connection with everything. Even though I'm not close to the person, I can hear this thing, like the conversation. So I put my head down. I'm seeing these things. Other people, they hear a tree branch from the next door neighbors, like really vivid, like and like they seen, like they can hear it in the air. I'm telling you, you're there. You're already there. So like you don't really have to be on that panic. Like, it's just showing you that there's a lot around your nature to take in. It's your senses are gonna be actively moving, because it's a vibration. This is energy and vibration, and you're gonna catch on to things out here, and you gotta pick up on it. And if you pick up more on the nature, the more relaxed. Don't you see? A lot of people like to be around green plants and, you know, tea and doing a lot of different things that, yeah, on a spiritual level you could feel good around people. You know, you start playing some skills games. I'm watching people play their games, and I'm like, now he obviously just bust that move. Like that's what I'm feeling that. He created that right now. And every time we are in these ciphers, everybody's doing something creative. Like somebody's rollerblading, somebody's doing something, and it's doing really, you know, you really connecting with yourself and your craft, or whatever it is, that whatever flow you have to yourself and the others, you start contributing it. So I started seeing the enlightenment on it. I said, man, let me try that. And it's, as soon as I did, I'm already a person of N. It started really buzzing in me. All the connections that I saw that from nature, it was more like attentive. It was more constant. It was going more on a concentration. So I already knew it was there because I get there on my own. I'm like, wow, this is telling me the nature of the plant, and then it starts healing. And I start feeling things in my body, like. So I'm like, I'm seeing where it goes. I'm feeling it, like this plant and me, like we really like in tune with the world and everything, and we could build and create because it means well, and we together. And then when you do it around people, it's like a networking. Like on the reality, you see how you don't know, but plants. A lot of people don't know plants. All of them network from the bottom. All the roots connect. Even when if they lose a plant and the branches cut off and just the stem is out, the roots that are not really like making it grow is just like it doesn't really die. It's like stays neutral, and it's just like in a remembrance and like getting like passed on with the other trees, and they keep them in remembrance, like connected. So it's like it's like a family, you see. So the flow of plants in nature is like you start seeing what gives you so much to come up and practice in a wellness way, because the plant is showing you how to, in different ways, how to move with it just by your nature. It's not a super enhancement. It brings you in. It's like a homing device, but it brings you in, and that's why you feel good, because you start noticing that you coming into yourself, and you start feeling body feelings that you know you could have, but you normally don't feel, because you off these you off your nature already. When you out, you're in a program, like anything programmed you, and you're not all in 100% with yourself, and you ain't seeing the world with this nature. You start putting these implants. These implants is what starts like showing you the difference, and then you think like these things are not really like there for your benefit. So when you into healing and plants and nature, it brings you in, and it brings you to that what you already know, but it brings you more climb. It brings you it puts you in a path where now you don't take it like it's like, oh, it's cool. Don't take it like it's like, you know what I mean, it's just the image, like it's gangster, like, you know what I'm saying, like everybody that has an experience to begin with needs to bring that in. This is not a hallucination. This is this is the connection that we are given. So if you get in if you see something, you hear something, you feel something, you share it, and then there's gonna be a site on the marijuana where we're gonna have the studies that we couldn't never have when it was banned before, and how we always practiced it. We don't have the studies of how people engaged and what they felt from the beginning, and how every strand, when you pull the hairs, what do you feel in your fingers? What is the connections between your skin and the skin? Your skin is the largest organ in the body. You know, I studied. I have a certificate. I graduated from massage school, so a lot of natural healing I'm already in touch with, and I understand a lot. So I'll give you from expertise certified information as well. So when you feeling these things, it has a reaction. Now you have a warmth. You can feel warmth. You're gonna feel either like a pulse and electricity. Like you're gonna feel things around the plant from the smell. Then the receptors and everything in your body is cleansing in, and then some you're gonna feel the impact right away. Some strands you're not. Some strands you're gonna feel it maybe later. Some strands you feel it like after a gram or two. It has a certain effect. So you speak on when the connections come in, what type of connections came in, and how these are affected. Were they instant? Were they afterwards? Were they a creeper? Were they more on the body? Did you get more of a body enlightenment? Did you get both body and psychological effects? Were you more aware? Were you more relaxed, chilled? Like, we have to bring all of these things together, because all of these things mean something. We take it for granted that we just sharing, and the sharing alone makes us feel good. That's how good the plant is, and we never want nobody to mess with that moment, right? Hey, don't mess with my moment, like, and then they put us when they label things like that. We have to be in a worried place, like when it was banned with crack cocaine, heroin and all this stuff. Like, you think the heroines don't want weed? The crack, the people that do all these drugs, they don't want. They say it messes with the high. It takes them off the high. It reduces it. When the weed is if you put the weed, that's that much of a healing factor, that the other drugs, they don't mix it, because they already know it's not going to give them that the high is going to be reduced. That's why if you put a person that smoke weed in a room with all these crack, they're going to be in one corner, and the other one's and the one that don't want to see, the other one's going to be like, yo, get that. You're going to have issues. The one doing the marijuana is going to be on some, let me stay in my corner, like, away from all these, you know what I mean? This craziness, it just doesn't, to be even be in a category together, never made sense. Because in the world of reality, the users never will go for it, because of the effects of the reductions of what it does to that high of the crack and the heroin, all this other stuff. We don't have to go into a lot of, like, we already know this is why it's legalized and going to be legalized all over, all states across. So what I'm saying is that we never got able to collect these information. So all these informations to these different strands, I'm going to have one of these sites where I'm going to put the strands out. Everybody's now is going to come in. If you try the strand, we're going to have different, like, we could put surveys, or we could just put, we could just speak on it, because I'm gonna have certain works with the AI collect the most common things that people say, compare it, and then we're gonna take certain frequencies and show what type of patterns and what type of experience people have through life, and the things that they create and the things that they have, and then we're gonna compare that. We're gonna see now how marijuana, like, really in our nature speaks, because we could pick up on patterns from a lot of different things, and I could see that we could try to come more together with it, and let it help us more understand of the world, because this is what it's trying to do. It's giving us this potency of how connective it is to the world and yourself, so you could be more connected to the world and the Trinity, from the universe to the earth. It's giving you that. It's giving you the cycle of life, so you could bring the life out of the forms and the formula that it's giving you. So I want to pick up on all of these things that I know for a fact that when I do the strands, when I'm here and there, and that's the reason why people that know about marijuana don't even be like, nah, chill, like, because that person might have a strand that connects with you that you don't even think. So people don't really like get off on, we understand if you have a little certain stuff just for yourself and you take it to the head, take it to your head, nobody's gonna be. But this is why it's a sharing thing, because it brings that much. People could be more of a help, because that person that gets enlightened by it could bring us something mentally, physically, economically, even more. So this is something more like a breakthrough people never put together when it came to the marijuana. Not in the hip hop, not in the streets, not in the medical field. The way this is gonna be structured, yes, I'm gonna have the AI help us put certain frequencies and the common denominators of certain patterns, so we could see different paths in wellness that we could partake, and it could show us different. Open the doors to us, because these things speak to us. So for somebody to have that much sense and that much care, and knowing how to know the environment, and then I have the REM, you already know. I'm the wizard. So I'm gonna put us in a wellness place, in a well-being place. I'm always gonna have portals. I'm always gonna have things that I'm gonna hold up for you, because everybody put that much to it, coming together for it. So we here. One member, one God.